Hey everyone, and welcome back. We are diving deep today into a naming controversy you might have heard about.
Oh yeah, this is a big one.
Yeah, one you might even have some strong opinions on. Buckle up, because we're talking about Denali.
Or, as some people still call it, Mount McKinley.
Right. See, that's exactly what makes this so interesting. It's more than just a name on a map, right? We're talking culture, history, politics, all wrapped up in one majestic mountain.
A mountain that just happens to be the tallest peak in North America.
Oh yeah, can't forget that. Towering over 20,000 feet in the heart of Alaska. I mean, picture it. Snow-capped peaks, glaciers, just incredible. And for centuries, it's been sacred to the Koyukon Athabascan people.
To them, it's always been Denali, the Great One. It's a name that holds deep spiritual and cultural meaning, reflecting their connection to the land.
Exactly. So how did this mountain end up with two names, and why has it been such a battle?
Well, it all started back in 1896 with a gold prospector, William Dickey. He decided to name the mountain Mount McKinley after William McKinley, who was running for president at the time.
Wait, so the mountain was named after a politician who had never even been there?
That's right. McKinley never even set foot in Alaska, let alone climb the mountain.
Wow, okay. So that's kind of strange to think about, but why did he even rename it in the first place? Like, was Denali not a known name?
It was, but back then there was this mindset, I guess you could call it, where European colonizers often disregarded or minimized indigenous cultures.
So Dickey just kind of came in and imposed his own naming system.
Pretty much. And unfortunately, it continued. In 1917, despite protests from the Athabascan people, the name Mount McKinley was officially adopted.
Wow, so that's like literally erasing their history and connection to the mountain.
Right, and it highlights how dominant narratives, often from those in power, can overshadow the stories and perspectives of marginalized groups.
So what happened next? Did people just accept this new name?
Not really. The fight for Denali continued. In 1975, Alaska officially petitioned to have the name changed back.
That makes sense. I mean, they understood the cultural significance of the original name.
And they even renamed the surrounding national park to Denali National Park in 1980.
But the mountain peak itself was still called Mount McKinley.
Yeah, it was this weird back and forth, like one step forward, two steps back.
That's kind of frustrating. But then finally, in 2015, President Obama officially restored the name to Denali, right?
He did, fulfilling a campaign promise and recognizing the importance of respecting indigenous cultures.
It was a big deal, right? It was a step towards reconciliation.
Absolutely. It was seen as a symbolic gesture of respect and a way to acknowledge past wrongs.
Okay, so happy ending. Everyone's happy. Denali is back on the map. Except, wait, there's more, isn't there?
Yeah, there's a twist. In 2017, President Trump signed an executive order reverting the name back to Mount McKinley.
Hold on, what? Why would he do that after all the effort to restore the original name?
Well, he claimed it was to honor President McKinley, but many saw it as a politically motivated move.
Oh, so like prioritizing a certain version of history over another?
Exactly. It reignited the whole debate about whose history matters, whose voices get heard, and how political motivations can influence these decisions.
It's a lot to think about. And it goes even beyond Denali. In that same executive order, Trump also renamed the Gulf of America back to the Gulf of Mexico.
That's right, which further fueled the discussion about power dynamics and using symbolic acts to make a statement.
So what can we learn from all of this? It seems like it's more than just about a mountain's name.
Absolutely. The Denali Mount McKinley controversy is a powerful example of how names are deeply connected to cultural identity, historical narratives, and political power.
Right, and it forces us to think about the criteria we use when naming places or honoring historical figures.
Should we prioritize those in power? Or should we strive for a more inclusive and accurate reflection of history, recognizing the contributions and perspectives of everyone involved?
It's a question we all need to grapple with, not just with mountains, but with every aspect of how we remember and tell our shared history. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, everyone. It's been quite a journey.
It really has, and it leaves us with a lot to ponder.
So what do you think? Whose story should be told and whose voice should be heard? Let us know your thoughts. Until next time.